I'm Brak. Hi, yeah, it's I, Brak the War Boss, here once again doing our favourite types of videos. It's the monthly showcase, and this month, which was February, was all about bionics. I want to have a little talk about thanking all the people during the month of February who bought me a coffee. Now, it's without their support that I wouldn't be able to do these videos. So their names are going to appear around about here. So if you know any of these people, thank them. If you'd like to help me support doing this, whatever this thing is that I've done, it's just completely slipped my mind. I'm sure I do something, and I'm sure I need some sort of support for it. If you'd like to do that, there's a Buy Me a Coffee app or Patreon. Links are below in the description. All right, let's go and check out this stuff. So we've got about 30 entries, and some didn't make it because they didn't finish, but let's have a little talk. Please, if you're doing the challenges, read the instructions. You've got a better chance of winning that way. But regardless, 30 people, 28 people is really, really good. I think that's the record so far. I didn't do any other stats because I'm rushing so much. I'm a bit behind in doing this stuff. So I want to try and get this out to you so you can sort of find out who has won. And regards that, over to the judge.
Hi Brak, it's Tanya, otherwise known as the Warmistress in some circles, and I'm here to be the judge for this month's painting contest for the Ork Discord. So let's just get into it. My runner-up is Sydney, the Drunken OrK. I really liked his conversion, and I really liked his cool cell-shaded paint style, kind of reminiscent to mine and close to my heart. My second place winner is Roxy Derivata with her custom war boss. I really like the green skin in contrast with her pink armor. It's just fantastic. But the standout winner is Essex Boys and his mono-wheel mech boy of doom. And the reason why he wins is because the paint is very good. The highlights are fantastic. The contrast is amazing. The color palette, fantastic. But what really makes this model stand out for me is that it has movement. You can tell that this is a mini that is in action, and it tells a story with the amazing grot hanging off of all of that junk that he has built into him, and the smokestacks and everything. It's just a really great mini that tells a story, and for me, that is why it is the standout winner. And if anybody wants to take place in next month's challenge, the theme is going to be rescue. So you're going to take old models that you may have gotten in trade or in an eBay purchase, and you're going to refit them, repurpose them, and make something incredibly orky and fun out of them. So I hope everybody takes part in that, and thank you so much for letting me be a part of this.
Thanks, Tanya. That's Tanya, the War Mistress there, who was our not-so-mystery judge. And I'm not going to go too much into that. Wow. Well, there you have it. What do you think about the choices? I actually kind of agree. I wasn't quite sure what to expect. I only found out while I was uploading this onto this video. I want to try to make this as surprising as I possibly could. And yes, I was pleasantly surprised. So let's just recap for a little while, just over what we just saw. And the runner-up is Sydney the Drunken OrK with his wonderful piece, Thievin' Orkin. Then we have in second place Roxy Derivata, and she did herself. And the winner was the Essex Boys with his mech from Brutal and Cunning, De Boffin. Excellent choices indeed, and some really, really good work there. But let's go and have a look at everyone else's work, which in my opinion is pretty close to those people's stuff. First up is 6+ Stevo, the big deal himself, and he created a mech boy. A bad moon mech boy. It's the sort of thing you'd expect from Stevo. Little bad moon with his arms missing, so he's got a bionic arm, and his legs are missing, so they found a really good replacement. Yes, there will be puns, and I'm not going to apologise for it. Oh, almost forgot. As you can see, there's a little 6+ Stevo logo up there in the corner there. So if you see a logo like that, that means that this person is a YouTuber, and there'll be a link to that person's YouTube channel below in the description. So please go and check them out. Okay, back to this mech boy. He's a lovely looking beast. Great work, Stevo. Bad Moon Bill here with Snazgob Grimclaw. Another Bad Moon. But then what would you expect with a person with the name of Bad Moon Bill? And yeah, look at him. He's a lovely looking war boss. Is that a little squig down the bottom there? Now, yeah, this is fantastic stuff. The checker work. I do like the white on the dags there on the front on the claw of the jaw. The jaw protecting thingity bobby. I'm sure it has a name. Let's call it Charlie. And there's some really fine work here. It's neat and not neat at the same time. And there's some great weathering and some good highlights, and overall a very well done job from Bad Moon Bill, who I believe had a sore hand while he was doing this. Bean Bitch here with his little tank buster that survived a tank hammer. Well, I suppose he's not going to do that again in a hurry. Well, he's an orc, maybe he will. So look at his poor little bionic hands there, so gripping onto that little warhammer. So no more tank hunting for him, I suppose. Or maybe not. Who knows? Nice little story and a nice little orky. Beefy Kobe with his custom Bad Moons war boss. Lots of Bad Moons in here at the moment, showing off. Anyway, the Bad Moons war boss name is Daka Chaka. And here I thought that Daka was for shooting, not for chucking. Oh, how wrong I was. There's a little mechanical beast of sorts at Daka Chaka's feet. I think his name is Scrapper. Nice looking mini you've got there, Beefy Kobe. Here is Bill David Cunningham with his orc, and he's got a claw and a bionic leg. And yeah, look, it's a very interesting. What is that thing on the back there? It's like a shoulder mounted or a back mounted gun of sorts. Or I don't know. It's intriguing. I really quite like the idea of this. It's excellent work, Bill David. And this is my little entry with Attack Squig 2.0. I also used this squig for a video which I submitted to Squig Day 2021, which was a day where YouTubers got together to celebrate the wondrous creature that is the squig. If you'd like to see my video about this, then ding, there's a thing. Here is an entry from Commissar Grunkit. His name is Gozbag Squigleg, and here's a little story to go with the entry. Local Mad Doc decided the traditional squig brain transplant was too boring, so switched it up by bringing an ork's boy's brain into a chunky mutated squig he'd been experimenting on. Wow, that's pretty interesting stuff. I do like how this has come together. You can sort of see a little bit of kit bashing done here from various parts. There's grot zukas and bits of jet and exhausts from jets or trucks or whatever. There is a lot going on. Fantastic stuff there, buddy. Adult Jesus is at it once again with his depiction of Gazzy or Gazgul. Now the lighting on this, so it's a bit hard to sort of have a good look and be very critical about this, but I think I like the purple. I really don't know for certain. I'd really like to see a more well lit photo before I can actually talk about this more. It just wouldn't be fair. But hey, at least he had the guts to enter something in, and that's always says something good in my opinion. So well done there, crack Adult Jesus. The red mech here with a death bomber with new legs. Think I'm scared of you? I blew off my own legs. Yes, this death bomber will give you a headache you'll never forget. I do like how the red mech here has added a little gubbins to that slugger to make it look like it's some sort of custom mega slugger. And I think the balancing of the yellow, the red and the white there is fantastic work done on those rockets. I am really loving this mini. So, excellent work, the red mech. This and Snodgood here with his Sawman and a Drops Grot. Well, I suppose if you got two saws for hands, you're gonna need a Drops Grot, which I reckon has to be the crappiest job in the 40k universe. A nice comical piece with an excellently done paint job. Well done there, Disson. You might look at this piece from Febuwaaarghy Gaming and think, hang on, there's no base, it's not finished. And yeah, you're right. And you also might be thinking, hang on, I technically didn't finish mine and you're not showing my picture. Well, the reason for this is that there are quite a few colours on this particular model, whereas the ones that I decided not to show are those which have mainly been just primed. Also, just look at the colours which Dread has selected. There's a lot of interest in this miniature. Dread also has a little story to go with it, so I thought I might read it out. This fellow's name is Burn Ironside, who once fought for 6+ Stevo's mob, but defected to Dread's crew cause the boys in Stevo's mob were afraid of his weapon, Weedy Gits. Anyway, he got himself a melter gun he looted from the corpse of a beaky and had a bad moon mech bash it up all flashy shooter like. Unfortunately, the mech failed to explain that exhaustive fire would result in the weapon becoming dangerously hot. Burn Ironside got his name from surviving a massive energy overload that melted his whole left side. It was a shock. He even survived. He had to have half his body replaced with bionics. He still carries his shoe and foot bone with him. It was, after all, a flashy pair of boots. Nice story there, Dread, and pretty good looking model there too. And here is our runner-up, the Drunken OrK, with his piece, Thievin' Orkin. Not only does the Drunken OrK do great models, he also does fantastic puns. And here is his story. Top Deathskull brainy mech Professor Thievin' Orkin lost his right hand side in a custom Mega Blast malfunction. After that, his new bionics made sure any further risky custom Mega Blaster explosions were kept at a telescopic arm's length. This was built with a knob body, mega knob head, a spanner backpack and a custom mega blaster. There was also a scratch built leg, a mallet, that's a mallet, not a mullet, hand and arm, and some plastic tubing with a mega knob bits and a fan belt off a truck. The Drunken OrK recently did a video about this, so guess what? Ding! There's a thing! And an entry from Ike. It's Ork, who used to be a Stormboy, and there's a little story to go with this one as well. On a long Space Hulk travel to the next fight, the Grots got bored, and some rather smart ones spread ideas of freedom and independence among the little ones, until they armed up and rebelled against their masters. Brak and his Stormboy squad was one of the first who engaged the Grots, but was cut down into pieces by a killer can. So after the rebellion was ended brutally by the orks, the Doc and Big Mech thought it was funny to patch Brak together and put him in this little bionic body which looks like a miniature killer can. At first Brak was very angry, but then he saw all the good dagger that was installed in him, and he was okay with it and joined a squad of boys. Ike plans to use Brak as a boy with a big shooter. This is some ingenious work here, Ike. Really good stuff indeed. Incorporating can and boys bits together to actually still make it boy size. It's pretty good. I really like this. Winner, chicken dinner. Yep, here is the winning entry from Essex boys. The Boffin Mech Boy, the one-wheeled wonder. This is a thing of beauty, and I think Tanya's remarks about this one really hit it fair on the nose. Such a great piece. Lots of colour, lots of vibrancy, it's got movement, it's got story, it's a goddamn piece of art. So once again, congratulations Essex on this hilarious piece of work. Essex has also done a video about this piece, so once again, ding, there's the thing. Fade430 here with his little blue mech, who may or may not have flatulence issues. Yeah, no, I don't think he does. I was just trying to do a joke there. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And it's a very interesting use of a custom mega cannon bit from a mech gun. Yeah, I do believe it is. Masquerading there as a rocket or an exhaust. And yeah, look, it's a sleek looking beast. I really enjoyed that blue, and yeah, I really like it. And having the burner there is an interesting choice for a mech as well. So look, this is a nice model. Well done there, Fade430. Full-time Badman here with a knob on a bike. And not only has he got a bike, he's got bionic arms and an eye. Maybe we should call him Steve Austin. It's a well-painted model, this one is. It's a fine-looking knob indeed. And yes, that gun is not pointing the way that guns generally do. But hey, it's Full-Time Badman's model. He can model however he likes. I actually think it looks quite good. It gives off the illusion of speed, and that's always got to be a good thing. Gorka Marcos has given us a Mega Knob, a nice blue Deathskulls Mega Knob. At first I thought this might have been an old metal one, but I'm not quite sure. It could be one of the newer plastic versions. Anyone know? I'd love to. Just tell me in the comments. But regardless, this is a very nice looking model, and I do like the highlights. And the blue. Love the blue. Conis here with a knob on Warbike, with a bionic arms and an eye. But having a closer look, I don't think that's a knob at all. Isn't that the war boss out of the Assault on Black Reach set? Yeah, I'm certain it is. Anyone know where this bike comes from? It looks really, really groovy. And the fiery headpiece, that looks very similar to something that they have on the Deathkiller Wartrike. There's a lot going on in this model, and it's all good. Colonel Corpse Grinder has given us this great little entry with his Tinhead Commando, Spectre. I do not like the look of that daggery chopper. Well, I do. It's painted quite nice, but I don't think it will look nice against my throat. Or that spiked gauntlet for that matter. That also can stay away from my throat. This model is quite grimdark indeed. Excellent stuff there, Colonel Corpse Grinder. Marley has an entry here with its more grim Ironheads. And here is his story. A minor orc warboss in a much larger horde, more grim Ironheads, and his mob spent the trip exploring the Space Hulk the army had hitched a ride on. He encountered an ancient section of the Hulk of very, very nice things to loot. But he got his head splattered all over the wall by one of its ancient robotic defenders. Luckily, his loyal grots managed to scoop up a significant amount of his brains and one of the strange talky metal men heads they looted to get hooked up on to his new head to help him do his thinking. What with most of his brain missing. So now there is a man of iron leading a small orc horde. Great little story, Marley. And your paint job is done quite well too. I do like the colour coordination of blue and yellow, and I think the silver of that tin head works really well with those two as well. Yep, I think I like this. Ed Tribe here with his Bad Moon Cyborg, which he plans to play as a Warbanner Nob with a custom shooter. There is so much going on here, isn't there? All these different bits kit bashed together to form something which is quite wondrous and pretty looking. Well, pretty looking for an orc, that is. I do love that gun, although I don't know where it comes from. Nice use of Space Marine shoulder pads there. And is that Bad Moon senior thingy bobby boss pole? Is that from Age of Sigma? I think it is. And that stick bomb looks a bit like those metal ones you used to get, if I'm not mistaken. This is great stuff. Here is Mostly Zen with Bo and Snarler. Can't forget Apparently, Bo lost his legs in an industrial meat grinder accident. Far from ruining his orc career, it became the start of him training bloodhound squigs to track down escaped grots. Soon he had enough teeth to buy himself cyborg legs and a fancy hat. Well, who doesn't love a fancy hat? And here he is here with his favourite tracker squig, Snarler. Nice looking model, nice bit of kit bashing, and a nice story. This is just nice. Great stuff, Mostly Zen. Orc Stuff Bad Fang here with his Pain Boy. I do love the paint job on this one. The colour combination is just superb. Great use of contrast between the orange yellow and the blue. And the weathering and the shading and the highlighting on this is just fantastic. Oh, this is so good. Poke Cactus here with his work. It's a knob with Mantis Blade. Now, Poke told me to tell you that these Mantis Blades are something out of something called Cyberpunk. Gee, the stuff you kids get up today. Back in my day, we just had normal punks. None of this cyber, internet-y nonsense. Sorry, I'm just having a lend. Just having a little bit of a senior moment for the sake of frivolity. No harm in it. But I do like the concept of this. And I tell you what, you wouldn't want to meet this orc in a dark alley, would you? Well, you probably wouldn't want to meet most orcs in a dark alley, but this one, I think the meeting would be quite quick. Yeah, nah, this is great stuff from Poke. Here is Roxy Derivata with her second place entry. Roxy Derivata. This is a Gear Guts model, and I really love the orc skin. The tone is just fantastic, and like the Warmistress says, it goes really well with the pink, and I do love that little crown. The bionic leg is actually a fully working gun, a bit like in that zombie movie. Now Roxy tells me that the skeleton out the front is actually Poke. She also informs me that the skulls around on the side are from the 4 war bosses. This is one beautiful looking piece, and it's just like Roxy to show off her bottom there. I could make a joke about looking at pink bottoms, but I don't think I will. Nah, great work Roxy, and well done on getting second place with this model. This is a beautiful looking piece from Squirrel here with his mono wheel orc boy. I am so loving these colours. The vibrancy of it all is just beautiful. When it comes to orc skin, I am a bit of a traditionalist. I do prefer my orc skin to be green. However, having said this, I do like the skin on Squirrel's model. And that mono wheel thing, boy, has it got a big exhaust. There seems to be a lot of butt jokes happening in this video. But then again, have you been to the 40k ORK community? It gets like that a lot. Seriously, this is a nice looking model. Voodoo Fairy and their entry, Megadog Boss. They've got cyborg legs. There really isn't nothing wrong with this painting. It's a fantastic paint job. Nice use of colours. I do like that maroony look on the legs there, and the edge highlighting is just great. It's superb. This is a great looking Mega Knob, and I tell you what, it would look good on anyone's table. Walter Boy 88, and he has submitted a Bad Moon mech with mega armor, and I do believe they are cyborg leg and a cyborg claw. Nice looking mod, and I do love that stonework base. Very nice indeed. This is one solid looking model, and something you should be pretty proud of, Walter Boy. Well done. Wayne Humber here with Ugly Bionic Bob. Oh, that's not nice. I don't think he's ugly at all. He's quite a handsome looking beast. Or is that beastie? Really love that base with the corkboard in there, so it looks like it's a bit of a, what do I call this stuff? Cement that's been overgrown with grass and weeds. Great look indeed. And that checker work, that's just superb. Overall, a very nice model. I think I'm going to rename it Pretty Bionic Bob. Now, great model there, Wayne, great model. Okay, well, there you have it. So what's that? 29, 30 fantastic looking orcs with bionic bits. Oh, and that squig. What do you think? Which one was your favourite? Do you agree with the judge? Please put your comment below. Let's have a conversation. Okay, next month's challenge, or should I say this month's challenge, it's for March, or should I say March. This month we are going to be doing what orcs do best, recovering and repairing the old. This month is all about the old rescue projects. The rhino you found off eBay, the dread missing its limbs, anything that is in desperate need of repair, taking something old, abandoned, forgotten, and making it new again. or at least giving it a brand new coat of rust. According to Gear Guts, the criteria is pretty simple for this one. Post a picture of your rescue project. It can be anything Orky related or soon to be Orky related. Sources can include eBay purchases, models you got in the trade off from a friend, anything. And what are you meant to do with it? Well, turn that old down rust bucket into a new run down rust bucket. Strip and put a new coat of paint on something old. Rebuild a wrecked rhino into a new truck. Just take something new and make it not something new, something old and make it new again. Gee, it's been a long day doing this. Anyway, I think you get the gist. Just remember to post the pics before and some whip pics, and that can be done in the Montlt Challanges. And once it's done, preferably one really good pic, but if you do need to take a couple of angles from each side, well, that's good enough too. They can be posted in the Montlt Challanges completion. So go on, get out there, try and look at all your old stuff, and let's make it brand spanking new. Or words to that effect. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this showcase just about as much as I enjoyed making it. It was a bit of a doozy. I did have some technical issues and I am running a little bit behind schedule, but hey, I got there in time. So if you did like it, then please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, share. Love you to share this thing to anyone who wants to see it. And if you have subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell so you get more of stuff like this. And if you'd like to help out the channel financially, you can do so by buying me a coffee or subscribing over to Patreon. The links will be below in the description. Okay, it's time for me to toddle off now, so I'm going to leave you with one more nugget of wisdom, and that is, if you're going crumpin', remember to bash early and bash often.